Hi guys. Good morning, everybody. It's MicheleMarieDalene. I know I'm a little early, but not by much. About 5 minutes to 10. And I wanted to let you guys know what we are up to. And also, we're going to have a business meeting today, right now. We're going to have a business meeting about business. But it won't take long, so don't get all upset. Some of you have wondered. I talked about that I have in my own personal budget a profit available about $118 approximately. And I did not mention the business channel profit, which is completely different money. Okay, now donation was made to my business budget yesterday. That really could be used for personal budget. And I wanted to explain that we have developed a policy since the days of the trolls where business money stays for business and personal money stays for personal. Unless the donator specifically says use it for personal. This person did, so that just solved one problem. But normally we rather not mix the two up because we like to keep things separate. So that way there's nobody in the trolls group that are trying to say I'm embezzling and misusing funds. Okay, theoretically speaking, this is a sole proprietorship. Money can be mixed up, and because it goes into the same bank, because it's a sole proprietorship. However, money for the channel goes into a PayPal account that's completely separate from my personal banking account and my personal PayPal account. So we tend to keep the money separate. When I file tax returns, once I start reaching a point where I'm actually making enough to be taxable income, we will have to combine the two incomes together and show the 1099s for both the personal and the business. At this point, however, we are below the taxable income, so we never really had a problem, and I don't plan to make it become one. So I had been planning on buying some both personal things, which is separate from the business things. The business things, I don't know what we're going to buy yet. I was going to buy the green screen and stand so that we could do. I know we have a green screen behind me. It's kind of covered over with cruft. Thus, the shelves I wanted to buy. The problem is the shelves are for my personal use, and thus leaves me kind of in a quandary because they're personal shelves and they're not business shelves. So I haven't figured out yet what to do with that. Also, I did say I wanted to give Rusty a kitty cam so that he can be on camera of his own. So I want to get another webcam similar to this one so that I can mount and plug it into the computer so that we can have Rusty cam and me cam. So we can have 3 cameras running in here at the same time. But that makes a potential problem for the software because CamTwist doesn't use the GPU of the card. Instead, it does things using the CPU. So 3 cameras are going to result in some significant latency issues, completely AWOL. I mean, the FireWire camera, which goes to the other room, doesn't use the USB bus, so there's less latency because there's less polling and interrupt checking. So I don't know what to do with the money right now because we haven't spent anything on anything. The hair. I'm not sure what to do with the hair either. We talked about maybe it would make sense to go with just keep it this brown color, this medium brown or dark brown, which is kind of a reddish See if you can see the gray streaks in my head. I did wash my hair today, Skynet, and took a bath also. Totally cleaned myself. But I'm not really sure exactly what to do yet because there is so many things going on with the world right now. So let's talk about that. Governor Kemp of Georgia, after seeing that security camera videos of the suitcases of ballots that were pulled out from under the table after everybody else was told to go home at the counting center, was rightfully livid and wants them to do a full signature audit of those ballots. The only problem is he has no authority to tell the Secretary of State to do that. Wait, isn't the Secretary of State part of your cabinet? If he's not part of your cabinet, who does he speak to? The Georgia legislature? I mean, that would be like the Secretary of State on the federal level, which is part of the cabinet under the president, telling the president that the president has no control over what he does. Why would you write your constitution like that, Georgia? It's stupid. That's really stupid. It's like you got somebody who very well is running above the law and getting away with it, and yet you can't have no control over them. You have no checks. You have no balances. You have no anything. It sounds to me like a good way to let some rogue Secretary of State mess up the election, totally destroy the constitutional validity of your elections, and he or she cannot be held accountable. That is totally messed up. Where's the Georgia legislature in this? Who does the Secretary of State of Georgia report to? Are they really so rogue that they can just do anything they damn want? Who elected them in office? Are they accountable to anybody? Wow. That's just totally messed up. Completely messed up. Well, I have to be honest, that's different than me on my channel because I am accountable to you, the audience. Because you're the ones who basically donated to my channel. So if you tell me you want me to spend money on a microphone or a mixer board or whatever, and you think it's the best, I'm more than likely going to listen to you. Although technically the difference is I'm a sole proprietorship. So theoretically speaking, I can actually overrule you. But 99% of the time, I won't do that. So it just doesn't make any sense to me that the Secretary of State, like I said, can get away with so much. It's different when you're a sole proprietorship. When you're a sole proprietor, you remember you're 100% liable for your business. So if something goes wrong, you're the one who's going to be dealing with the problem. Not a corporation, not a board of directors, you. So you try to make the best choices that are going to help your business make solvency and keep itself running well. That is what we're taught in accounting 101, honey. That's the one thing about sole proprietorships. The thing is that you're liable for everything that happens in your business. So if something goes wrong, you're going to be dealing with it. Okay. So you need to have strict rules of what is and is not to be done, especially when you got people donating money to you. You better make sure damn well that they do what they ask you to do. So, like I said, the business money is separate from my personal money. Okay. So what was it going to buy? I don't know yet. I do think that some bookshelves, I do think some utility shelves would be a godsend. For reasons that's obvious. Time to clean up this mess. I see the shelf over there. Yeah, that white one. I was thinking about getting some more of the exact same brand of shelf. Just put it where the green screen is. Fence that wall right there. But then where am I going to put the green screen? I don't know. But the thing is, right now, it's a mess and it looks awful. I'm not going to lie. I want to organize that. I priced the shelves. I know how much they cost. But since it benefits the studio and it benefits my own personal life, the question is does it go on the personal expense or does it go on the studio expense or does it go into both? I mean, I could throw my money in towards the business for capital gain or capital growth, which would make sense, right? So I could take that $100 extra I have and put that towards the PayPal for business to purchase stuff. But I do need clothes. So there's the reason why I kind of sit in a situation where my personal needs and my personal funds must be used for personal things. It's one of the things in my business that can really seriously make you seriously question what it's like to be a private sole proprietorship versus a corporation or a limited liability corporation, because you have to deal with this business decisions. And of course, you don't have to deal with stockholders. You don't have to deal with dividends. You don't have to deal with capital gains tax. You don't have to deal with any of that happy horse hockey. But you still got to deal with the reality is that you can basically sink your own business by your own bad decisions. So you try not to make bad mistakes. Last night, some of the people got mad because I didn't do a 7:00 show. Guys, I was emotionally drained. I was tired. I really was tired. I really needed sleep. I just needed that sleep. Okay, watching about this election fraud thing and listening to legislature speaking private, not on the public street, but just in private, with Snoresville. Because it didn't help answer. I'm glad that the one governor did realize in Georgia that he has a problem. I want to realize that he has another problem. A total disconnect of the Secretary of State versus him. Whoa. I don't know if he's going to have to contact the legislature of Georgia and basically put a firecracker under that guy's ass or her ass and tell him, hey, we need this done over. We need an audit of all the signatures, all those ballots, especially those in those suitcases you dragged out. It looks very likely a lot of new Republicans may actually be coming in to the races for Senate, House, and both the state level and the federal level, in addition to the presidency, because of this. Possibly 4 more Republicans are coming in. Including potentially 2 in the Georgia runoffs. And they've already got votes coming in for the Georgia runoffs. But what I don't understand is one thing. Why do the Democrats want to control the world so bad that they're willing to basically break the law of the United States and constitutional law? Why are they doing this? It just doesn't make sense. Why? Who wants to control the world that bad and have to wake up every morning and worry about how people are going to do their micromanage the entire population? I don't understand this. Why would you want to? I have a hard enough time just managing my own life. Never mind trying to manage everybody else in the world, telling them what they're to eat, where to sleep, what they're to excrete, where they're supposed to meet. I'm like, come on. I just can't understand this. Why would you want to control the whole world like that? Just this society, I don't think we actually mean society, I mean the whole world, is basically in hell in a handbasket. There is no way in hell we're going to get this lives back together. If you got people Democrats are trying to micromanage through the Agenda 21 and Agenda 2030, the Green New Deal, Alexander Ocasio-Cortez, Tlaib, and the other squad they're trying to push is going to guarantee basically destroy the American economy, and eventually with the Paris Accord is already destroying the global economy. In essence, is giving all the money to China in its own way, because nobody is allowed to make products locally because they have to all be made out of their jurisdictions. Over 170 countries have signed Agenda 21. Over 179 countries, including the United States, have signed Agenda 21 and Agenda 2030. Why would we sign that? Why would we agree to sign this? I just can't understand why you would want to sign something that is clearly going to destroy the sovereignty of this country. All right, so now let's see. What'll be this we got? I'm going shopping with Krista on Thursday. I'm going to go to Walmart. We're going to take a look at getting some personal needs for the house. Another 6-pack of underwear and another 6-pack of socks and a new nightgown because my nightgown is shot. Okay. And maybe if I have enough money, I was going to buy an answering machine. I don't have an answering machine from a home phone. But then again, is it worth it? I have no idea. So yeah, a home phone could be worth it, I guess. And I mean, standard analog phone with an answering system, but it would be nice to have. So even if I'm not taking calls in the studio, at least it will go right through this answering machine. But because of the nature of the way the phone calls get forwarded from Google Voice to my home phone, I don't want it to give out my home phone number. In other words, I don't want it to go, "Hi, you have reached 860-555-0123. No, I don't even want to say that. And I'm not going to say my name. "Hi, you reached MicheleMarieDalene. Nope, not going to say that either. Or say, "Hi, I'm not here. Leave a message." Beep. And hope to God that they could figure out who it was that left the message. It's scary, but it's true. That's the way I feel it has to be done. It's too easy. Too easy for the bad people. If I left my public phone number, my private home phone number out on the internet, that those people would immediately rip me a new one. Okay? Yeah, I know I already left a message. So it's kind of hot here today. I turned the heat down a little bit, but Jesus Christ, it's still hot in here. Okay, close that window. Let me just send the link out to the Discord, only because today is like no one really here yet. I'm still early. Most people haven't come in yet to the studio, so there's like no reason not to at least put a message out, at least so that everyone that's in the on the Hangouts can join it. The Discord can read the messages and be part of the group and not be complaining, saying, She didn't tell us she was live. We had no idea. What time did she go on? Yeah. What time did Michelle go on? Huh? Great question. Everyone. All right. Send that. All right. So, the question is this going to be enough to seriously solve the problem of the elections? If Governor Kemp in Georgia cannot manage to corral the Secretary of State and basically force the issue of the signature on it, that Secretary of State is not going to do it. Because the Georgia law says that he or she is not does not serve under the governor of the state of Georgia. What the hell? Like I said earlier, it makes no sense, but it's what they do. They don't make other states are investigating their own issues too with this situation. What about Connecticut? I mean, Connecticut's a blue state. It's always been a blue state for a long time. What about Connecticut? What if Connecticut was doing the same thing? What if somebody in Connecticut cooked our books? I know what you can say. You only got 5 electors in the Electoral College. What would be the gain or loss? That's not the point. How many people, how many Republicans in the state legislatures that may have been considered to be elected for state legislature or state senators lost out because they didn't want Republicans to come in? What about New York State? What about Massachusetts? New Jersey? I mean, we always talk about the swing states because the swing states are, we got, especially these guys have the most number of electoral college votes. Florida, California's get 55 of them. Is California totally free of bias in their elections? Great question. So why isn't Florida being asked to do, the same thing for California and Oregon and Washington State? Why aren't you guys checking your own voting machines? Maybe the Democrats are cooking their books too, and you don't know it because you always voted blue anyway. Well, I digress. So, yeah. Go figure that one out. One thing about the morning show like this is we know it doesn't always get very busy really quick. Obviously, people are still getting up. They're still basically getting dressed, taking the kids to school in places where school isn't closed, or if they're homeschooling their kids. And so the morning show is quiet. It's pretty quiet. It's pretty easy to deal with, although it does get kind of boring. Hey, I know it's a morning show, right? It's great because people come in here. When they do come in, it's a peaceful environment. You don't have to worry about rushing in and dealing with a tremendous pomp and circumstance in the morning shows. By the way, today is one of the days, the first days of my ears are supposedly going to be approximately here from between December 4th through December 8th. I have no idea when they're actually going to come because it's coming from Ukraine, but I want to find out sooner or later. Somebody ordered some stuff downstairs, and Amazon left a big box with them of furniture. I hope that the guy got his furniture this time. That was heavy. I was trying to see if I saw my ears were by the box. No, it wasn't. So I think really seriously, I don't think anyone's going to steal my ear. I mean, steal that big piece of heavy furniture, but they certainly would steal a set of ears. If they're all the ears, they're only in a small box, right? So anyway, the point is, as far as the PayPal business account versus the PayPal personal account, I want to make sure we understand, like I said, anything for the YouTube channel is for the YouTube channel only, unless the person who donates decides and asks that the money can be used for personal reasons. That means that was done, like I said earlier, specifically to avoid any complaints from the trolls. That was why we did that. Sometimes it kind of sucks because that means like the $100 or so I got in my business account, I can't use for my personal account. Unless the money was reallocated. And I don't know where to make money. He said I could use it for personal. So that goes out of the business and into the personal. But I'm still going to leave it into the business account for capital expenditures so we can go ahead and get some new stuff in the studio. Pain in the ass doing this books. Okay, so like I said, I've always lived really hard to be, do things by the books, do things fair, not to make any excuses for stupidity. At least I'm willing to take accountability. If I'm going to spend money on something, I'm going to make sure you know what it's for and it's why. And then it's not going to be no excuses about it. I'm not going to sit there and try to cook the books, give an excuse and say, oh, well, I really kind of wanted it because, better match my apartment decor. Yeah. Screw my apartment decor. You know what my apartment decor is? My decor is hodgepodge. Nothing in my apartment matches. Almost all of it comes out of, dumpsters or secondhand hand-me-downs. That's pretty much how it is. I got a coffee table from a dumpster. Okay? Yeah, my coffee table. That is dumpster furniture, honey. The couch, the table, that's dumpster furniture. Even most of the stuffies are dumpsters, finds. And I've been recycling my stuff for years, and I don't mind doing that. I would love to have had some ability to kind of come up with a new look. But if it's going to mean potentially screwing off the audience and making them upset, feeling that I'm stealing from them, I'm not going to do it. No. Because you guys deserve better than that. All right, now let's talk about the stimulus check. Only because there isn't a lot to talk about. Right now, Mr. McConnell and Nancy Pelosi kind of like the $908 billion budget or stimulus program. But Nancy Pelosi saying this, where's the checks? There wasn't any. Doesn't mean they can't add it. They have to get it done by the 11th of December and passed, or the government is going to go through a government shutdown. So therefore, there's a reason why they have to basically say, oh, well, you know what? We don't have excuses. We either have to come up with an appropriations bill or we're going to have to do something. Or we're going to have a partial shutdown. How you doing? Well, I can't help that, Skynet. I'm using their software that YouTube is on the browser right now. I'm not using my software. I'm using theirs. Okay. I could check it on my phone, but I don't think it's going to make much of a difference because I check on the replays and it plays fine. Not a lot to talk about. What about the giant bombshell that got dropped in Georgia? I brought that up at the beginning, about 9:55 a.m. That the Governor Kent Kemp of Georgia wants a signature audit, but the Secretary of State will not. In fact, the Secretary of State has the nerve to tell him that she's not required by the Constitution to work with him. So she doesn't have to give him a signature audit at all. Not a single peep. Though that doesn't make any sense, but that's the truth. So she can go out there and say, guess what, Mr. Governor, you are not my boss. Then who is your boss? She's not even part of his cabinet. Holy cow. Same thing is going on with other states too. More and more states are seriously starting to wonder. And like I said, what about California? What if the same thing's going on in the states that traditionally vote blue? What if the people, the Republicans? California is a hybrid. California is mostly blue in the cities, but it's Republican more in the outskirts and the countryside. What if those people, more people voted for the Republican Party? And since the Democrats are in control of California, they did the same thing because there's less Republican votes. So they just basically sweep them under the rug. They could have done the same thing in Connecticut. They could have done the same thing in New York. They could have done the same thing in New Jersey. They could have totally done the same thing in Oregon and Washington State and New York State, like I said. This is not just limited to the swing states, I can assure you. Sorry I wasn't on last night's show. I actually said getting it last night. I fell asleep. I watched all those deliberations and the meetings and fact-finding missions, and I just fell asleep watching them all. The Nevada one was extremely incendiary. I never saw so much anger in the state of Nevada in my life. The legislature was actually, and same thing in Michigan, was surly. I mean, they were like, we don't want to hear this crap. We don't want to hear the Republicans are complaining. Because they wanted to sweep it under the rug. We all know that Nevada, anyway, is basically makes most of its money on racketeering through the casinos. So obviously, they're used to dealing with assholes. How you doing, Michelle? I did sleep well, and yes, I'm doing quite well. Like I said before everybody started coming in, is that I have not yet decided what to buy with the money we have. We actually also pointed out that YouTube channel money is completely separate from personal money. So therefore, unless I decide to shift some of the funds over to my personal budget, or I will sometimes shift my personal budget over to the business budget, because it's a sole proprietorship. I can do that. But we keep them separate because the trolls long ago demanded accountability. And for the troll's sake, I actually decided that we are going to keep the personal and the business funds completely separate. So that means that for business money, we'll have access to about $100. And the personal money, we have access to $118 extra dollars available. And then we have in my personal savings account about $190. So, which is good because I got a nest egg. Which is good. But I mean, like, just trying to watch my budgets. Because I've always made an effort to, like I said, keep the money separate. Like some people said yesterday, Michelle is a really good person and she tries really hard to do a good job. And she tries to be regular and consistently on every day. And she's dedicated to what she does. And I am, because I have been working on this YouTube channel now since 2011. I have worked hard on this for 9 years, 10 years, 9 years, 9 years. And I always play a straight game, no matter what people might think. Let me look at my cell phone because I want to read some news articles and just to check the signal quality that Skynet brings up and see what's going on with that. And okay. Let me switch my cell phone off my personal Wi-Fi back into T-Mobile's towers. So let's see. Let's see if there's anything here in the news yet. Stimulus check pending. Right now it's 9 degrees in Winston, Celsius. So it's going to be a nicer day. And so let me see how our signal is playing. I'm checking it independently on the T-Mobile tower to see if it's playing okay. So I see me on the screen here. Let's see. That's enough, Michelle. Great little loop. Yeah, that'd be weird, right? See me on the screen, let's see. See me on the screen, let's see. See me on the screen, let's see. Sounds like a soundboard. Yeah, all right, Skynet says 4chan found out who the black lady that takes the suitcases out from under the desks and then figured out who the lady with the braids was that moves the table to the in the morning and tells everyone to leave. Yes. Okay, who are they? Did they report the information to either Sidney Powell or to the governor of Georgia? Then they found another video of braids doing a hand off to a black guy who does it so suspect, like she's handing out drugs or a USB thumb stick. She's not. I'm sure they have already reported it. We got their phone numbers. Well, they should be they tell 4chan to make sure to report it to Sidney Powell or to Rudy Giuliani, because it sounds like this could be enough information to seriously help the cause of getting an indictment against the person in charge. I believe the woman with the braids, maybe the Secretary of State, isn't it? Because I think it's the Secretary of State. Because obviously the Secretary of State knows what's going on. She's a Democrat, by the way. Which totally blows my mind. How in the hell did the Secretary of State end up becoming a Democrat? Because it turns out she's not part of the government. Well, he's a Democrat too, but I mean, but she's, the way it's written in the Georgia Constitution, she's not even accountable to the governor. I don't understand that. I'm just looking at some business just here. Okay, nothing exciting. I just don't understand this. Secretary of State is complacent. Now I know that. That she had the nerve to tell the governor that he is not her supervisor. If he is not her supervisor, then who does she work under? Who is she? Who is her supervisor? We also found out a video of Ellen and her parent in 2019 saying our voting process was rife with fraud. We started to see that in 2016 and earlier because remember, originally in 2016, the Democrats were screaming that Donald Trump was frauding the system in 2016. Ever since we brought Dominion voting systems into the United States is when the problem started. Because what we've done is we're allowing an outside country, Dominion systems, running systems, aka Smartmatic. First of all, partially funded by China and by Venezuela. And why are our votings going out to Frankfurt, Germany? I don't understand this. It just doesn't make any sense. Right. So, I mean, like I said, it just doesn't make any sense. Did you see the way that the people in Las Vegas were treating all the people that came to the testimony? And the same thing in Michigan? Both legislators were hostile to Rudy Giuliani and his staff, and to the people who came and testified. And in Michigan, they had the nerve to say, "Oh, the one person from India who was testifying said, you're not going to swear us in for swear us in," and then the person in the meeting says, "I don't have to swear you in." And Rudy Giuliani calmed them down and says, "It's okay, ma'am, because you already signed the sworn affidavit, so you're okay. You're just testifying what you wrote down." She said, "Yeah, but the system is, these people are hostile." And then in the end, the guy was trying to basically backpedal, say, "I'm sorry, we're hostile to you. It shouldn't have been that way." You're the idiot that was being hostile. I don't know. Are they going to fix the problem? Or is there going to be? Are we going to have the same issue in 2024? We cannot let Joe Biden in office because of a couple reasons. Number one, if he does not actively know what's going on, that'll be just like Iran-Contra. I don't recall. Or worse, if he does know, then he's guilty of high crimes and misdemeanors. He should have been impeached. Why not impeach him now before he gets in there? Holy cow. If he knows what's going on, then he's guilty of high crimes and misdemeanors. It doesn't take no rocket science to see what's going to happen. It's just... I know that Eleanor Parent was the crazy senator that led the video that no one has seen was debunked. Joe Biden broke his leg tugging on his dog's tail after exiting the shower. Doesn't matter. He probably has osteoporosis. Why? Because he's an old guy. He probably's not drinking enough milk to build up his calcium. That looks like he hasn't been out in the sun for weeks. Yeah, I know. Probably got osteoporosis. He needs to take some reclass. He has to take some. He's going to need some calcium supplements or Boniva. Holy cow! I mean, look, I got a little bit of osteoporosis in my spine. I can tell you about what osteoporosis does, honey. It turns your muscles into sponges because basically you lose the calcium that your body's not getting. If you're not getting out there in sunlight, getting lots of calcium or drinking milk and drinking vitamin D3 fortified milk, it's not going to take long before your body is going to rob the calcium it needs from everything from teeth to bones. We can eat you up big time. Yeah. That's one of the reasons I try to drink so much milk and eat so much calcium, because I want to make sure I don't break my hips. Do you know that? You think about this, osteoporosis is no fun. You know, my kneecap shattered in part, and they said it was because there wasn't enough calcium in my bones, and it caused the kneecap to become paper thin. So yes, osteoporosis is a real problem. So that's why I've been pushing a lot of the milk and the cheese and trying. And the Thursday, actually Monday, I got to go out and get my refills on my prescriptions. Is because of that reason. I try to get out in the sun more. Speaking of weather, what is weather for Sunday? Today would be a good day to go get the pills. The pills should be ready. I told them I'm going to pick them up Monday. So theoretically, say Monday. Let me see what the weather's going to be for Monday. Let's go. Right now it's a good day. It's partly cloudy. It's 10 degrees Celsius. Monday is going to be nice, cool day. December 7th, it'll be partly cloudy, a high of 2, a low of -5. That sounds fine. So, obviously, if Joe Biden does know what's going on, then Joe Biden is going to be like so fucked. It's not even funny. They should just start impeachment procedures ahead of time. But the Democrats won't do that. No. No, they won't. So they're going to go ahead. They're going to swear a man into the presidency that is nothing but an old fart that basically does know what's going on with osteoporosis. And, he's going to, if he does not know, then he's even more susceptible. He's more susceptible because that means that he clearly has lost his marbles. I'm not saying that the president is like a priest. They're not that perfect. Kind of think of neither they're priests. But the thing is we want people in their office of the highest office in the land, at least it has a moral compass. If you can't be a moral compass and you can't be just trusted, do you think we're going to let them have the access to the nuclear codes and everything else like that? Hell no. So, that's where that stands. By the way, my hair is growing back in. I don't know if you can see a little hair. I got little hairs growing in here. Now my hairline is coming back down. Let's see if there's any other message that's going on here. Let me take a look at Fox News, and I can check out InfoWars too. So let's see what Fox News has got to say about this, if there's any updates, because right now there's an app for that, so I can easily check the app. Let's see. Georgia game change. Georgia Trump urges signature audit after smoking gun surveillance video emerges from voter count. Trump team claims 40,000 double votes and more in state. President lost by 33,596. Hannity opens up about suspicious video from Georgia vote count. Standing by Trump, quote, "We got to get it right. Representative-elect gets behind the challenged election results." Taking the back seat, Biden raises concerns with resignation joke in joint interview with Kamala Harris. Raises concerns with resignation vote. That sounds interesting. What's this about? Lawrence Jones on Biden Harris CNN sit down. Quote, "This is why we don't do interviews." Fox News analyst Lawrence Jones reacts to President-elect Joe Biden's joint interview with Vice President-elect Kamala Harris. President-elect Joe Biden will be taking the back seat to his Vice President Kamala Harris during the term. Fox News host Lawrence Jones said Friday, quote, "This is why he doesn't do interviews, because he's so incoherent. This is why they kept him in the basement for the majority of the campaign," Jones told Fox and Friends, reacting to a statement by Biden in which he appears to joke about resigning. Article the 25th Amendment, anyone? 25th Amendment? You think he's going to stay president? No. No, he's not. Okay. I don't know. It depends. I don't know enough to say if it's kosher or not. But clearly the whole system is broken. So now Joe Biden jokingly says that he's going to resign and basically let Kamala Harris become president. And then you know who becomes vice president, don't you? Yes, Nancy Pelosi. Hello! Does anybody see what's going on? You can't win. If he seriously decides to resign and Kamala Harris becomes president, or he's basically removed because of the 25th Amendment, oh my God. What the hell's going on with this country? I think we got to start over. I think we have to have a whole new election all over again. I think that we should just basically start over from scratch. All new election, all new primaries, because if Joe Biden is so incoherent that Kamala Harris is going to become acting president pro tem, then you might as well basically go ahead and just get Kamala Harris and to be a primary, and then basically have Joe Biden just walk away from being a presidential candidate, period. I don't understand how in the hell that would ever work. Let's go on here. Let's read this more here. This is why he doesn't do interviews, because he's so incoherent. This is why they kept him in the basement for the majority of the campaign, Jones told Fox and Friends, reacting to the statement that Biden, in which apparently to joke about resigning. Let's see. I can play it. Unless you can hear it anyway. I'll see if I can play the sound so you can hear it. You know it's loud enough you can hear it.
First Lady to be told me she holds them for you. Yes, she does. but not with because she and Kamala have become friends. Yeah. But all kidding aside, it's a matter of the thing. We are simpatico on our philosophy of government and simpatico on how we want to approach these issues that we're facing. And so I don't have, and when we disagree, it'll be just like, so far it's been just like Barack and I did. It's in private. She'll say, I think we should do A, B, C, or D. And I'll say, I like A, don't like B and C. And just go, okay. And like I told Barack, if I reach something where there's a fundamental disagreement we have based on a moral principle, I'll develop some disease and say I have to resign. We don't have that. We haven't, and we discussed at length our views on foreign policy, on domestic policy, on intelligence. And the great thing is she has a background in the Senate on intelligence, the Intelligence Committee. She has a background in the Senate on a whole range of things that are going to be pertinent to what we have to do. But it's going to be, I think so much is going to be incoming, Jake. Yeah. It's a matter about who takes what when.
I don't need to tell you, Mr. President-elect, that the NAACP.
Yeah. You heard it from his mouth there. What's he thinking? Kamala Harris has got the stuff that she needs, blah, blah, blah. Quote, this is actually a bit about from the Daily Caller. Joe Biden is asked about the disagreements with Kamala Harris on certain issues. Quote, like I told Barrack, if I need something where there's a fundamental disagreement we have based on a moral principles, I'll develop some disease and say I have to resign. It's called age. You already should resign, asshole. You're not even healthy enough to do anything. Jones highlighted that Biden campaigned as a moderator and the Harris campaign as a progressive, so policy disagreements are likely to arise. She disagrees with him on virtually every single issue, Jones said. Meanwhile, CNN anchors Jake Tapper and Don Lemon appear to giddy after Tapper wrapped up his exclusive interview with Biden and Harris, their first joint sit-down since 2020 presidential election. Toward the end of the primetime special, Lemon provided some commentary of Tapper's sit-down, showering Biden with praise over what he described as a normal, that's in quotes by the way, and saying, also in quotes, interview, we heard no fake news, we heard no conspiracy theories, we heard no personal grievances, Lemon said. Quote, we heard a presidential elect and a vice president who want to work with the other side. What? No. Jones said that Biden is a retail politician who won't, quote, be running, closing quote, the White House, as most people assume. Quote, I'm going to be interested to see how this is going to play out. But again, there are some philosophy issues going into the White House immediately on day one. Closing quote. Jones went on to say, by the way, that's such a dishonest thing to do to the American people. Instead of coming out and saying, look, I disagree with the president and I'm resigning because of that, you want a fake, some kind of illness. Ugh. That's nuts. That's insanity. Why have to fake any illness? Oh, and it goes on. Social media backfill. Black Panther star under fire for controversial vaccine tweet. Deletes post. Speaker Pelosi holds her weekly press conference as Biden endorses the $908 billion coronavirus relief plan. Trump to award presidential mental freedom to one of the greatest American wrestlers of all time. Bar owner arrested for violating COVID rules has lost faith in New York leaders. Makes pledge. Facebook to treat hate speech against whites, men, and Americans as low priority. Harris received the coronavirus vaccine first. Tucker Carlson, the Christmas lockdowns are here, but not for those who ordered them. Dr. Fauci jumps on Biden's offer to become top medical advisor as president-elect calls for 100 days of mask wearing. First of all, there's no confirmation that the masks work. I mean, it's not conclusive. Social distancing works, but people certainly do not have to cover their face and nose. And social distancing. It's one or the other. Hey, pick one. You stay 6 feet apart, you don't sneeze on the other guy, then you're going to be fine. Because we all know that mucus can travel a lot more than 6 feet. Thanks to Mythbusters for proving that. In fact, the average mucus from a person's nostrils or nose can actually fly over 12 feet at a velocity close to 100 miles an hour in tiny microdroplets. All right, so now let's see. What about Wuhan, birthplace of coronavirus pandemic, launches tourism ad? What? You're gonna brag about how you gave everybody coronavirus? What the Holy crap! I wouldn't even be proud of that. Why the hell would you want to do that for? Doesn't make any sense. Fugitive who allegedly slapped Massachusetts trooper dies in gun battle with U.S. Marshals in New York City. 2 agents wounded. Biden endorses. Okay, right. All right. Struggling restaurant owner gave story behind anti-lockdown rant. All right, so let's take a look at. Sorry about that. This news gives me an indigestion. Seriously, just going through the news just gives me an indigestion. Sometimes I want to throw up, especially when I have to listen to some of this bullshit that keeps coming up across the pipe. All right, so let's see. What is the latest news from InfoWars? They changed your app on the phone. It used to be very different. Then they changed the app. And see, pull my news article so I can just flip the foot. So there we go. All right, here we go. UK, stop on the advertising. UK police patrolling pubs Thanksgiving out California's throwing out customers for eating scotched eggs. What? I know what scotched eggs are. Why would police be throwing customers out for eating scotched eggs? AOC ripped for selling $58 tax the rich sweatshirts. Companies in U.S. unlikely to make COVID vaccine mandatory condition of employment. Oh, that's good. Welsh government says people will get ID cards to prove they've been vaccinated. I'm not surprised. Biden's out of his disagrees with Kamala Harris. I'll develop some disease and say I have to resign. Watch live globalists ramp up COVID hysteria while trying to install Biden. UK police, as I said, patrolling pubs, throwing out customers for eating Scotch eggs. Biden to launch mask up for 100 days campaign. What is the mystery behind all of the alien monoliths that have been suddenly appearing and disappearing? Pfizer CEO not certain that their vaccine stops transmission of COVID-19 as companies jab approved by UK and evaluated in US. Facebook bans anti-vaccine conspiracy theories as US roll-up begins. YouTube plans to survey creators on their race algorithmically boost disease diverse communities. Scientists release unprecedented detailed map of Milky Way. That's kind of good. Breaking, Joe Rogan sits down for an interview on the Alex Jones Show. And then, of course, President Trump issues historic statement on 2020 election theft. State Department reveals strategy to thwart Cheatcom takeover. The best Thanksgiving canceled memes. Politics. Of course, we got lots of those, don't we? Trump campaign presents claims of voter fraud to Nevada court. Democrat first organizer charged in attempted terrorist attack on railroad facility. Ugh. Not exactly what I want something to uncover in the morning. Okay, I should be on tonight, a night show. Now I gotta make sure it takes the mail, X. Oh my God, this is crazy. This is usually the stuff I research for the night show. But shit. What the hell's going on with America? I don't even understand half this stuff. I mean, like, oh my God, like, is this country gotten this crazy? This world has gone nuts. Well, all right. So, what else do we want to cover this morning? Anything want to cover? Anything a little more exciting? Like, I don't know. We talk about your personal stuff. My personal stuff? Mm-hmm. Honestly, there's not really much to talk about personal stuff. I'm going shopping with Krista on Thursday morning. We're going to try to get some stuff. That means that the morning show for Thursday will not be at 10 o'clock. Okay? It will not be at 10 o'clock Thursday next week. So please make a note of that. It will not be next Thursday at 10. But it will be in the afternoon instead. I don't know what time. So if you already subscribed and you click the bell, and you will receive a notification and you will know, and then you can basically watch it then, whenever it's going to be. You know, it'll be 7 o'clock at night. Definitely. So there will be a night show, of course, tonight. There should be. And there will be one on tomorrow, which is Saturday. So yesterday morning we had a lot of people here on the show, which is great. MJ was here. Out on the Wire was here. Carrie didn't make it, unfortunately. Doesn't mean that Carrie can't be here. It just means she wasn't here. You know. In fact, let me just send the link out to Carrie so she knows I am live. I think it's kind of scary to think about this. Share link. Copy link. I'm going to send this out to Krista and Carrie Okay. Excuse me, I am live. Copy, paste. Okay. And I'll send it out to Carrie. Can you send it out to Rickington? I can, yeah, I will. I'll send it to Rickington too. And, Rusty, do you have his contact information? I do. Okay. I think he's at work right now anyway, but let's see if we can. Let's see. Here it is. Done. Paste. Okay. Oh, okay. How you doing, Carrie? You missed the first hour of the show, but that's okay. You can always catch up with the reruns after the show. How you doing today? Skynet was on a little while ago. Might go like a down. All right, thank you. I'm doing okay. We just covered a couple things this morning. I want to just explain real quick. I have not decided what to do with the money yet. I'm talking about the personal money versus the business money accounts. What we're going to invest in. We're going to have about almost $100 in business money, and we're going to have about 118 personal money. And so I can't decide what I'm going to buy with my personal money versus what I want to buy with the business money. What I want to buy with my personal money could actually help the business too, which is I want to get some more shelves because we can see, like I said earlier, we need more shelves like that one because we can pick all this stuff off the floor and clean up that. I got a big console television there that doesn't really work very well. I got to figure out what to do with that. Rusty keeps parking his free body right next to me. Yeah, I was looking at the plastic shelves. I was thinking about buying the same kind of shelves as that one there. Oh, sorry, if you can see here. Because they're not the greatest shelves in the world, but they're not the worst. So I'm thinking of buying those with my personal money, which is separate from the business money, because I want to keep my personal money and my business money separate. Because the trolls used to rip me a new one every time I spent business money on personal things. So I made sure to keep my personal money separate from my business money. Even though theoretically speaking, this channel is a sole proprietorship. It doesn't have to be that way because a sole proprietorship is the easiest type of business to start where your personal liability is your business, is your personal liability. And so therefore, there is really less of a separation between personal finances and business finances. Yeah, well, that's what I try to do. And I washed my hair today. You can see, like I said, I was thinking about going down and getting the hair bleach, do it myself. But you know what happened was I realized last night, let's say I bleach my hair myself. I get careless. I over bleach and then I break the damn hair. And then I'm going to end up with a head that looks like something out of the Badlands. Or should I just go ahead and use the dark brown color I have now and just dark brown it to get rid of the gray streaks? Or should I let the gray streaks in there and not worry about it? Because I don't, part of me saying is I don't really want to mess up my hair that much. Because I mean, it's messy and I really don't like doing it. Yeah, my hair looks nice. Yeah, it hasn't been retouched since February. Oh wait, I redid my hair. When did I go brown? I think it was June. June? Okay, that kind of makes sense. Yeah. The kind I use is gentle, but doesn't keep the gray for a little bit for long. Right. Yeah. And the problem with the gray hair is that it doesn't absorb, and it does not absorb color, because gray hair is like monofilament fishing line. It's no, like, it's not porous, so it's more one straight color. So if you try to bleach it, you're not going to get much bleach in it, because in fact, if you actually do successful bleach it, all that's going to happen is it's not going to be as weak. Then if you're going from brown to blonde, because there's not like stripping as much color or pigment out of it. But my hair is like a salt and cinnamon, so yeah, I don't know if it's worth it. I really don't know. Yeah. The kind is gentle but doesn't keep the gray covered for long. No, it doesn't. It's so weird. It's like having tinsel in my hair. Yeah. Well, the one we shall not name has the same problem. So, she tries really hard to keep her hair a certain look, and the problem is, it's like she said about my hair. She was saying about her own is that she's getting older. She's getting gray streaks, and she doesn't know what to do with it, because that's why she went blonde, because she was born with the skunk, what they call the skunk stripe in her hair, where you got like a blonde streak in your hair, and like, so she went blonde to get rid of the blonde streak, because you tried to color the blonde streak brown to match the rest of her auburn hair, and it couldn't match. It was like, okay, so what happens now? Well, she said, well, no, I'm going gray. I said, well, one way that solves one problem. Just have to accept that you're just going gray. And for me, it's with my the fact of my salt and cinnamon hair. If your hair's going gray, eventually your whole head's gonna go gray. So then why do you have to worry about bleaching it? just leave it alone. Yeah. Rachel said she could send you a hair stripper, I think. Yeah, but I think we're gonna wait on that, because first of all, like I said, is that even if you strip out all the color, what's gonna happen? You're gonna have all the blonde all the way from here all the way down. It's gonna look really weird. You're gonna start looking like Lisa Haven. I don't know if I'm ready to look like Lisa Haven. I mean, yeah, so I really wouldn't do it anyway. It's just not worth it. If you're gonna spend retouch your hair yourself, you're gonna do it. Try to go in there with a little hairbrush, the little dye brush, just combing the streaks, and then a lot of get all the other stuff coming in. 30 minutes, you can almost see it here, right? 30 minutes here. Then I have to basically mount the camera behind my skull so I can try to see the back of my head. I don't even know if I can even aim the camera up that way. Maybe. Yeah, I can kind of see. It's going to be kind of awkward, because I wouldn't normally be doing my hair on the computer. So I don't know. It's just a lot of work to do the hair that way. So, yeah, so the shelves is definitely on the list. They are. I was looking at the ones at Walmart. Let me show you that page. Yeah, let me get that page up here. Nothing secret. Nothing secret. Just gonna pull up the Walmart.com page. www. Walmart.com. Oh, man, someone's ringing my doorbell. 1 minute. Yeah. Okay. Yep, that's no leaks there. That one's fine.
Good.
It's just the landlord's crew taking a look at the situation with the kitchen where the ceiling was leaking. All right, so let me get to the Walmart page. So I want to show you the two things I have on my watch list for Walmart. Let's get to that page here. Come on. Thank you. All right, pop up this on the screen here. Edit.
Yeah.
And
go around, see what you needed. You need it now.
let's see. There we go. All right. How come every time you do that, it keeps sending it to the wrong place? It's sending it to the right place, but it's where is it? You're asking me? Yeah, I'm asking you. I have no idea. Whoa. Okay, God. Is that it? No, just manually phase it in. All right, let's realize it. All right, so this is what I've been looking at. All right, and we have this little shelf. I was thinking about was this one right here, because for the print, because right now for the bedroom, because I have a laser printer and I have a dot matrix printer, and I was thinking I could put the, where you can see the example with the Tide detergent container and the Glad trash bags, so that is where the laser printer could sit, and then below here we could have the dot matrix printer, and then below that we could have the paper for the dot matrix, and it appears to be that there is one in the store. So yeah, I'm thinking that shelf would be good for me. It'll probably solve some of the great needs. But also, let me switch back to the camera here. You should switch cameras over. Yeah, well, I didn't think about that. All right. Also, we had planned to get ourselves a yeah, I gotta get some other things too. But basically, it's the shelf I'm looking into. But I wanted to get some more shelves too, so I could have for maybe dye it brown and get highlights put in, the cellulose, the camouflage. I don't mind the gray. The gray doesn't bother me. I don't mind the gray. In fact, if I didn't really care about the gray, I don't really care about the gray that much. I might just go ahead and just let it grow out, because that might be fine. But it doesn't really matter. I'm 53 years old. I earned my gray. I've been around a long time. But yeah, I do want to get the shelf. That's with my personal money. And then on the other thing on the list was an answering machine, which is kind of business related too, because I don't have an answering machine for my phone number. So let me go back and show you that screen again here, because there was nothing on my wish list here. So let me go back to this. So, okay, so let's take a look at the next item. And that would be is the answering machine here. The AT&T CL4940 standard phone, white. It's a standard regular telephone with an answering system in it. and speakerphone. No, does this have the answering machine, or is this just got the colors? I think this one has. Okay, this is just the phone. This is just the phone. Or the speakerphone. Right, okay. The standard phone, white. Let's pull up the specs on this. Okay. It's got a speakerphone and caller ID, audio assist, equalizer. It does have an answering machine. Oh, okay, so it does. All right, so play, stop, repeat, and pull the specs up. About this item, the tilt display for easy viewing, speakerphone, audio assist, extra loud ringer, visual ringer, indicator, and caller ID call waiting. Speakerphone allows you to speak and listen without holding the handset. This feature leaves you hands-free to do other things and lets you more people participate in the conversation. Audio assist temporarily increases overall volume and enhances sound frequencies that make speech easier to understand. Corded phone offers 25 name number phone book directory, 50 name number caller ID history, 10 number speed dial, equalizer, read dial, flash, mute, English, Spanish, French to that menu, 25-minute digital recording time, call speeding, intercept, remote access with toll saver, time and day stamp, audible, guard, memory for power failures, and memo recording. Okay, simple corded operation, digital answering system with 25 number storage, nose easy viewing, easy to see, extra large buttons. This would be fine for me. Let's see, AT&T. The size is 7.9 by 8.80 by 3.7 inches. It's obviously very much something that I can use because we don't have an answering machine on my voicemail on this package. So it would be good because then I could take calls on that and send them to the studio line. That's something I'm looking into. Because I really need an answering service. You can get a full set of shelves for $40. Yeah. Yes. I saw a couple shelves for $40, but I was gonna get the wire shelves, kind of like these shelves here in this desk here. So you can see the desk has got these metal shelves on it, and they have the little ones, but they're more money for the wire shelves. I know I can't pull my camera back far enough. Okay, see if we can try to pull it back. Okay. So you can see the shelves here that the desk is using. So I was thinking about getting a matched set for the office, for the printers. And that's what I was going to do. But honestly, I don't know yet. Yeah, I can. Okay, but I see the reason why I would go with plastic ones is because they're cheaper. When you say a full set of shelves, you're talking about something like these like $32 shelves right over here. Those things have been around forever. Yeah, I want to get one for those. I'm going to get full shelves like those for the kitchen too. They're like $30 for the plastic ones, which is what I need. I just, those milk shelves or what I have in my garage. Okay. Well, these are good because these are adjustable. For like when I bought these shelves, I needed something that could be adjustable to deal with various heights of computers because I originally had my old iMac over here, and it needed more space than for the knickknacks up here on the upper shelves. So, and these fit conveniently on this desk, and so that's why I bought these because they were adjustable and they weren't that expensive. And they work out fine, and they take a lot of weight. The only thing wrong with them is, only thing really wrong with them is they got slats in the bottom, so things tend to fall through if you're not careful. Then, like I said, they work for me. I never had a problem with them on my desk. Also, theoretically, you can get a VESA mount for these monitors, and you can bolt one to the pole here. You can bolt one to the pole there, and you can have two monitors. Like we were talking about, 3 monitors set up. So we can have 3 monitors over here because I got 2 more LCD monitors. I don't really know if I would do that. Because where are we going to stick it? Bolt it to this side, then I block the light from the table lamp. Bolt it on this side, and then you're going to block the camera and you're going to block the microphone over there. So it's kind of an iffy thing. This desk is crap anyway. The desk is crap and it's heavy as hell. Yes, absolutely. But it's heavy as hell. You're not going to be able to carry this desk out. You're going to need a couple strong men to pull this desk out of here. So what am I going to replace it with? This is military grade. This is military grade. This is military spec. This desk is heavy. I don't know how the original person bent it up so bad like they did, but this thing is like weighs a ton. Well, it works fine for me. But I'll tell you what, it's like. So right now, the plastic shelf I was looking at right now is the one for the bedroom for the other computer, so I can put the printer or the printers, plural, on that computer. There's just no space near the computer that I can have the little shelf there. But because it's not really, I think the metal shelves would actually look nicer next to the computer. But my laser printer doesn't like the ones that have metal grade shelves on it because it keeps jamming up the mechanism. So that's the reason I'm thinking is that there's shelf liners for them that only for designed for a certain size, and it was like, this is not worth it. I just need some shelves right now. I just need. Now that's on my personal budget. That's not the business budget. Business budget is separate. So I gotta have about $90 this month between the business budget because of right now I got the $78 in the business, and then the $20 comes in from Patreon this month, and that'll bring me close to $90 for the business budget. So, but as far as the answering machine and the one shelf I have, let's see. Let me go back and see how much my shopping cart is. See if I can get the stuff locally in Torrington when I go shopping with Krista. I want to go shopping with Krista because I need to get some air out. Like I said, I want to go out more. I don't want to sit in the house. So right now I'm up to 47.22. And that's some of this stuff is if I want to go in the store and pick up the stuff in person. Some of the stuff is for delivery. Only 2 of those shelves left. I can deliver it. Oh, man. Why don't you order the shelves? You got the money. Save for later. Oh, okay. Yeah. Mainstays, no tool shelf. That's kind of nice. But let's see. I have metal ones in here, too. Honey can do bathroom storage shelving unit chrome. Oh, that's another project. Bathroom shelves. Because I need shelves in the bathroom too. It's not just this room. My apartment needs shelves. I need shelves everywhere. I put so much crap on the floor. Look at this. Do you think this is a good way to live? No. I should have had I gotta organize this place. Okay, it's just something I gotta do. It's too long. It's just I've been living like this for 10 friggin' years. I need something better than that. Black 4-tire steel shelving, 21 inches wide by 47 inches deep. And height is 14 inches, 21 inches wide by 47 inches. That must be tall. Okay, yeah. Okay, that's similar to what this shelf is, except it's raw steel. It sounds just like the shelf that I currently have on the desk, and actually, it sounds like it's the same measurements. But I'm not gonna. I don't want to be able to. I mean, I need something that's a little wider for the laser printer. So the laser printer is a little wider, 14 inches deep, because of the trays. It has to be wide enough to facilitate the printer and the trays. In looking at the shelf that I want to get for the printer, it looks like 22 inches wide by 14 inches deep by 48 inches tall. It might work okay for $14.97. Because if I can pick that up or find something compatible with that shelf in person in Walmart, I'm going to pick it up, because I'm going with Walmart with Krista on Thursday. And so instead of ordering this thing and having it shipped, I'd rather just go into the store and look and browse and then pick up the one I want. Because after all, it's the idea of the trip. It's not just to do the trip. It's also just to get out of the house for a few hours. I just really need to get out of the house for a few hours, because we sit in the house every day, and I need to get out for a while. Yeah. Yeah, I definitely want to get the stuff off the floor, because right now you can't do anything with the green screen that's there, because it's covered about cruft. So that, by the way, that box with the orange bag on top, that's what's left of your food stuff. It's mostly empty now, but there's no place to put it in my kitchen, so I ended up basically just leaving the box there. But that's another reason I need a shelf in the kitchen too, because the kitchen, so I can put food in the kitchen. And I want to reorganize the pantry, because the pantry is a bit of a colossal mess. I got things between fixing the ceiling and the sheetrock dust, the plaster dust, and everything else dust. I need to seriously figure out where else to put everything else. I would get wood laminate shelves, though. Metal ones look like a garage. I looked into the medium density fiberboard ones, which is what they made out of the MDF shelves. They're okay. I don't have a problem with them. But the only problem with the MDF shelves is, depending on how the company designed them, because most IKEA furniture is made like this, for medium density fiberboard, is it's okay, but it's gonna be heavier because it's MDF. And at least the steel shelves may look like a garage or a stockroom of a restaurant, which is fine, because I worked in restaurants and I actually like the metal shelves. The metal shelves don't bother me. They look good. The white plastic shelves, like those would look fine. That's the one shelf I was talking about for the printer for the bedroom. Shelf like that, that's about 36 inches wide. That's about 36 inches wide by about 12 inches deep. The problem is plastic can't really handle a lot of weight. If you look at the shelves, you'll see it's bowed. All the shelves are bowed down, like the first two shelves in the bottom, which holds all my record collection. The shelf is bowed like this because the plastic is warped. Yeah, well, records are heavy. Okay. Well, it matches the rest of the computer. So if I got the same wire shelves like this one here, and I got maybe the smaller one with the wheels that roll, I could at least have the printers right next to this one, and then they would look good too. Yeah, I don't mind the aesthetic. Look at my apartment if you look at it real quick here. It's basically is kind of hodgepodge. Like that couch is that's a dumpster couch. That's a dumpster table. They can see, another little tiny shelf over there, that's from a dumpster. The same thing with, I bought that shelf in 2006. So that shelf I bought. Kitchen needs shelves too, because you can see, oops, it's right in there. You can't really see it. It's against the wall there. But there is a shelving unit right over by the stove, by the cooker. That is seriously, I got from somebody gave it to me. It's cracked, it's old, it's crappy, it's awful. But it's something I have had. It's got computer parts on it. I went in and seriously replaced that because it's falling apart. And the same thing with the one in the bedroom. The bookshelf in the bedroom is kind of falling apart too. I got 2 shelves I can throw in the skip big time. Just one of the shelves in the bedroom is actually what you recommend the first shelf being on a medium density fiberboard. The problem is the back on it, which is the main structural member of the shelf, has seriously come loose, and so the shelf is very shaky because it's MDF doesn't have any structural integrity to take a lot of weight when you lose the back of the shelf. My dad's cabinet, which is made out of solid oak, is the same problem. I had to basically re-nail the back on it. So I mean, I can fix that, but it's just when can you get the shelf? Well, that's a good thing. I'm going with Krista to Walmart on Thursday of next week. So there will not be a 10 in the morning show because we're leaving here at 9 o'clock in the morning. And we're going to be going to Walmart to do some grocery shopping simultaneously. So we will be coming home a little later on in the afternoon. So the idea was I was going to try to go get the shelf, a pack of underwear and a pack of socks, and maybe get a pair of a nightgown. But if I can't get one there, I can get it on eBay. Okay. Can she take you out to try? That's completely different direction than where we're going. That's downtown Torrington. That's downtown Torrington. So that's completely different direction. I can ask her, but I don't know if she'll do it because I'm going to be giving her $10 in gas. So because that means because I'd have to be paying more because she'd be traveling further. So we'll see what we can do with the shelves. And the mattress. I'll look into it. Doesn't Walmart have mattresses? They probably do. They probably have mattresses. I mean, I don't even know if they have beds. Yeah, I would try to see if we can try mattresses in person. So we'll have to see what happens with that. What about Better Bath and Beyond? That's up there by by Target. It's just up there by Walmart. Do they have mattresses in Better Bath? They do have mattresses in Better Bath and Beyond. Yes. Okay, but I don't know if they sell the same brands. Well, Sealy, they probably do. That would work. That's what I originally suggested you do. I said I just want a firm mattress. That's pretty much all I said, and it's got to fit a full-size bed. So I don't need a box spring. I just need a mattress. And have them pick it up. The old crappy one, and yeah, that's what I would do. So right now it's 11:38. Well, yeah. No, I did say firm. I said, I really don't know if they have medium firm, but if they do have a medium firm, that would work too. I'm not too picky. I'm really not. Pickers can be choosers, if you want to give me medium firm, that's fine. I'm sorry I can't have waterbeds though, but I don't want a waterbed anyway. I got a cat with claws. That's the last thing I need to do. Quick, where's my mattress repair kit? My cat took his claws to my mattress again. Right. I know. But like I said, at least in going out for Thursday to do something instead of just ordering everything. No, I'm not interested in the hammock. I already got a full-size bed. Yeah. Do 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 do. All right. Still mighty warm in here. No kidding. Oh, you turned the heat down, though, right? Yes, I did. Oh. Okay. Yes, full size. Yep. Ugh. Like you really want to see all that crap on the floor, right? You still gotta get the green screen. The green screen. Well, that's something I still wanted to get with the studio money, with the green screen and the second mixer. But unfortunately, I kind of gonna wait on those. The green screen I could definitely use so I can mask the wall behind me so you don't have to look at all the crap behind my desk. So I can just see me sitting at the desk and playing the game. Yeah. I would try Craigslist or the store app and see if anyone can donate shelves. Yeah. I don't mind if the prices of the shelves I want isn't too expensive. Right now I'm just thinking about the one shelf. Because I have one specific application for that one shelf. So that I can put the two printers to work and put them back in the computer room or back in my bedroom so at least I can print things. Because right now the way it is everything is, I haven't had a working printer for months. So I got printers that work. I got one with toner in it. I got fresh ribbons or for my ink for my dot matrix, and I got printer paper for the dot matrix. It's just I have no place to put it. So the shelf would make it possible for me to put the printer in something. Google Play Store. What? You can. Oh, okay. Yeah, well, the Craigslist app, I have it on my phone and then on my desktop. So I do have Craigslist. I do know people in Free Cycle. But the majority of the problem with Craigslist is that you're going to basically have to pick up the items from them. So if someone say in Simsbury has shelving units, then you're going to have to take delivery of the shelving units, which means that it's going to make it harder if you don't have a card. Well, Apple does have a Craigslist app because I helped set up landlord with it. So I used to have it myself on my iPhone. Speaking of phone, that's another ouchie department. What are we gonna do with my cell phone? The poor phone is 3 years old. I put brand new batteries in it every year, but honestly, the thing is a dinosaur. I really kind of would like to go get another iPhone, but I heard the iPhone 12 has got 13 has problems of non-repairability. And so I am thinking that I don't want to get an iPhone. I would love to have an iPhone, but unfortunately the fact is the battery's not replaceable on it. And if you break the screen and the LCDs are now having an EECID. It has to match exactly what is in the firmware or the phone will not work at all. So replacing a broken glass screen on an iPhone is extremely impossible for the iPhone 13 and newer. And if you happen to have a button like the iPhone 6 and 7 with a home button that's acting bad and you want to replace the home button, you can't, because again, it's got an ECCID that is tied to the firmware. And if you replace the button, you actually cause the phone to malfunction and it will not work correctly. 2 free twin beds with mattress and back spring, barely used, great condition. Yeah, how would I pick them up? I don't need 2 twin beds. I don't even want a twin bed. I've already got a full size bed. So, I mean, I'll leave that for somebody who needs two twins for maybe for the kids. I personally have a full size, so that if me or a significant other wants to sleep on the bed with me, we could sleep on the bed together. Twin bed. I don't have any sheets for twin anymore. Yeah. That's the other reason why I wanted a full bed too. Well, seriously, where homeless might put it. He doesn't even have an apartment. Rusty sleeps on the other half of my bed with me. As did Dory when me and her were going out. That would be really funny if Rusty had his own mattress. Honey, if I had room here for a second twin bed for the cat, that would have been fine. Right now, he sleeps on the couch. He usually sleeps on the couch, or right now I'm in bed. I'm in here. He'll be sleeping in the bedroom. I'm taking up the whole damn bed, stretched out, and that's what he does. So, yeah. So anyway, the phone I was looking at, it would be a good phone for my application. The answer machine. Originally, I was going to plug it into the and put it over here in the desk, but it's going to have a wall adapter. And the problem is I don't even know if I have any more extra outlets because I'm already out. I'm already power stripped to death around here. Yeah, well, he likes to lay on the bed with me at night or in the daytime. Especially likes to sleep on the bed with me in the day, and usually at night he'll sleep on the couch or he'll sleep under the bed. Or he'll sleep right next to me on the bed. Literally right next to me on my left side, or he'll sleep on my right side. Sometimes he'll sleep right on top of my chest, and then I wonder why I have a hard time breathing. Because he's so heavy. It's like putting a 20-pound bag of cat food on your chest. But he's a good cat though, and that's one of the reasons I try to make sure he's okay. I gotta make sure you get cat food too. He's got plenty right now, but I gotta get some more. So I definitely want that shelf. That phone, because of the answer machine and the fact that it would be able to sit right here on this Mac next to me, and I would be able to take phone calls or call people. That's again, I need a better setup. I need a better setup. But again, is that a business expense or is that a personal expense, the phone? I honestly don't know because, yeah, an answering machine kind of is a combination business / personal. But is the phone a business expense or is it a personal expense? Is it a combination of both? Should I put it in my personal expense or should I add it to my business expense? Clearly, the shelves is personal expense because those shelves are going to be something that's not going to be used for the YouTube channel. But they're not the full shelves that's going to let me get this stuff off the floor. I mean, that's completely different for the printer only. So this here is where I need the other shelves, bigger shelves, similar to the one that I'm holding the records on, because that way I can get all this stuff off the shelf or off the floor, and that's the whole idea. But the problem is the trolls used to scream at me for spending money on stupid shit. So I got to make sure it's something that's not going to be considered stupid shit. And having this room organized enough that I can use that green screen, I don't think it's stupid shit. But the sad truth is the shelf is going to be right against the green screen. So then they said stupid shit because you can't use the green screen because the stupid shelves are going to be sitting right against it. So you might say, well, gee, why don't you just get the stand and put the shelf on the stand? Well, yeah, I can do that. But that comes with the green screen material already. So then you just basically would be throwing more money around getting another shelf. What is that? 5 foot by 9? 5 by 9. 5 by 9. Yeah. Like I said, I tried to keep personal expenses and business expenses separate so that the trolls can't really have a valid reason to come up with armed with more, trolling ability and go, oh, wait a minute, did she just buy sheets with her business money? Oh, well, she shouldn't have done that. Gee, I know she's a sole proprietorship, but she just took out capital out of her business. Right. And then they'll probably go, oh, did she buy a phone? Gee, did you buy that with business money or is that personal money? It's personal money. Oh, so then you basically, where did you get the money from? Duh. Well, where I got the money from, I saved like crazy for weeks. It's the very last little bit of the stimulus that we still had from last time. So by the way, they are working on this new stimulus program. I just want to make sure people know that. I haven't got the details of what they're going to pass yet, but by the way, they're going to have to come up with one before the 11th of December. Because I had planned to do with a rider on top of the appropriations bill for the federal government. Because right now they realize if they don't come up with an appropriations bill before December 11th, the government's going to go through another shutdown. I don't know. This year is just a mess for everybody. And also it's confirmed that the Democrats were guilty of doing election fraud in Georgia. They have already got video tape from their own video cameras in the surveillance system of a woman pulling a whole crate of ballots out of suitcases. So Governor Kemp wants them to do a full signature audit. And the Secretary of State is basically telling him, you don't have to tell me nothing, buddy. You don't work for me, and I don't work for you. Who employed you? Like I said earlier, the Secretary of State actually thinks that the governor doesn't actually employ her. Then if she isn't employed by the governor, who employed the Secretary of State? Yeah. Total bullshit story. That doesn't make any sense. All right, so guys, here's the deal. We are going to go shopping next Thursday. There will be a Good Morning World show, but it will be later on. And more be like literally a good afternoon world. But we call it Good Morning World because somewhere in the 24 time zone it is morning. So theoretically, it still would be morning. So on Thursday of next week, please expect that your Good Morning show will be later in the day. If you have clicked the bell and receive all notifications, you will be able to be aware of when the show will be live, and you can join us then. As far as the money that's coming in from Patreon and my $20 and subscribers, that money is business only, and that money will be used only for business expenses. It will not be used for anything else. Let me just double check my Patreon page before I forget here. www.patreon. Yes, here it is. There it is. Let me show you this page. Let me show you this page. There we go. So this is the public page right here. We get $20 a month coming in. MicheleMarieDalene on Patreon page. All right. I need to shorten down that description link here because you can't even see the whole damn thing. It says here, we use cookies and experience using the site. Yeah, accept, fine, thank you. I gotta shorten that down. Anyway, the point is there's me, there's the original camera, there's the original monitor setup ECUs, and then of course we have 3 Patreons, and we have a total of $20 coming in a month. Okay. That was when we got the old DLT tape drive, which, by the way, needs to be repaired. You also need to get a proper VHD CI SCSI cable for it. Yes. Yes, we do. We got to get in. But the point is, we got Patreons. Those are the guys that make this possible for our channel to be as good as it is the Patreons. To come in, the regular donators to the channel is the ones that make this channel grow. The ones that I consider the hardcores, and those are the guys that will be very particular about how the money is spent. They're not going to be the ones that walk around and go, "Oh, it's okay. I'll spend you $20 a month. Go below it. I don't give a crap. Oh, don't worry if it doesn't give us any better content. I don't care. But we just basically want to make sure we give our money away so you can burn it." Seriously, guys, if you guys are donating money to my channel, and specifically a Patreon, it will be used for Patreon only, for YouTube only, and not for personal needs. Unless you send me a message telling me you want the money to be used for otherwise. Okay, that's just the way we do it. So everybody can know that. So theoretically, tonight we will have a 7 o'clock show. Please do not forget to put a like in the like jar. It helps with the YouTube algorithm. They have turning it into a vote system. So when you put a like in the like jar, it encourages the YouTube algorithm to give that content a more of a public view. So please put a like in the like jar. It helps. It helps a lot to bring new people into your channel. And it doesn't cost anything. After all, it's just pressing a little button that says thumbs up, right? Why would it be so hard to do that? So yes, please do put a like in the like jar. If you haven't already voted, but putting a like in the like jar, please do so. Even if you don't know how many people have put a like in the like jar right now, I can tell you right now, there's 2. There's 2. There's 2 likes in here right now. I have no many ideas how many dislikes, but the thing is, there's 2 likes. But then there's 5 watchers. So where's the other 3 doing? Who knows? All right, guys. That's it for now. Do me a favor. I'll see you tonight at 7 o'clock Eastern Time. And in addition to that, tomorrow is Saturday. There is no morning show on Saturday. It only will be the 7 o'clock show. Also, as soon as the New Year's come from Ukraine, I will gladly show you the New Year's. As far as when they come, if they come before a convocation, I will have them on before convocation. And if they do come before the convocation, we will put them on for the convocation as well, which I think would be fun to see that. Okay. Talk to you later, guys. Stay out of trouble. I'll let you know what's going on with the stimulus and about the political voting fiasco. Okay, just to let you know, I will keep up on that, and probably on maybe tonight at 10 o'clock. We probably will be playing World of Warcraft because why not? It's gonna be Friday night, and there's no show in the morning, so I can sleep in on Saturday. Not until yours come, because you don't know what time they're gonna show up, and you don't want to lose those, do you? Guilty as charged. All right, fine. Okay, so we'll figure it out. All right, guys. See you later. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, everybody.